What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. I have two 3LZs that I want to show you guys. Now obviously you guys know the one on the right is mine, but these have totally different options. You can pretty much tell on the front ends that they're different, right? And I want to show you just a difference between the options, and I think these are like the most perfect cars to compare because one's a convertible, one's a coupe. One has the aero, one does not. One has the steel brakes, one has the carbon ceramic brakes. So yes, and oh yeah, by the way, one has the GT2 seats, one does not. So let's go ahead and go through this. I'm super excited. Yeah, wait till you see the interiors. That's what I want you guys to really kind of peel back. Now I know that next year they're going to be doing a refresh for the interiors, but this is still relevant for people who rather just keep the 2025 interior versus that 26. Let's jump into it. Now let's start with the aero kit. If you don't know, the aero kit does give you the front splitter and the dive planes on the front end. Now I gotta be honest with you guys, if you're gonna get the Z06, just go ahead and get the aero kit. I think the aero kit is a game changer, and even though the Z06 does look different from the Stingray, the aero kit just sets it apart 100%. Now you probably can tell, I don't know if you can or not from the camera, these cars are pretty much the exact same on the front end for the ride height. So that front lip, which is painted, does sit pretty low as well. Get a little bit closer so you can see that. Look at that. It sits really low. But my humble opinion is the aero kit is a game changer. You get these dive planes and it comes out a little bit more, which gives it more of that aggressive styling. Not sure if it helps with aerodynamics and coefficient, but it looks really good. Now you guys can probably see my radiator. My radiator car has 2,000 miles on it, and my radiator is pretty done. Now this does have the scrape armor grill on this car. I mean, this car only has 2 miles. By the way, this car is available here at Jerry's Seiner, so if you would like to purchase it, it's a nice spec. And I will show you the window sticker and all that at the end here. But yes, it has the scrape armor front grille, which should help reduce, I'm not going to say it's going to prevent it, but it will reduce some of the damage you see like on mine. I don't know why GM wouldn't paint their radiators black. I mean, I know that it chips off, but yeah, black radiators would have been the way to go for these cars, especially with the black accent or the carbon flash, whatever you want to call it. But yeah, this car does have the standard Corvette flags here versus this is the dark stealth. Now it's going to be the same for the rear flags, and I think they look so much nicer compared to what's on the car here. I almost didn't get that option just because I didn't think I would care, but after seeing side by side on this color, the blackout looks so much nicer. Now let's go ahead and check out the wheels. They both have the spider wheels. They do have like a 10-spoke and a 5-spoke design, which was new for 2025. I wish I would have got those wheels because now, you know, I know that everyone got the spider wheels in black, and I think those would look a little bit nicer, or just different, I guess. That's probably what I was looking more for. It's just something a little different. I did get the yellow calipers, and you guys see I did not get the carbon ceramic brakes, and I kick myself every day. And you probably can tell a difference in the size. I mean, one thing I like about these carbon ceramic brakes are they are lighter, and look how thick. You may not be able to see, but these rotors are so thick that, yeah, I can imagine these will last the life of the car if you don't track it. They are drilled, so it's going to help with cooling, and even though they don't have any braking power when they're cold, they're supposed to have less brake pad wear, you know, of course, brake dust, all that good stuff. And this is not a Z07 obviously because you don't see the aero kit on it, but yeah, you can get that as a standalone. It's like an $8,500 option. Now off to the side you have more of that carbon flash for the side skirt here, and that is the same size as the one if you get the aero kit. There's really no difference between the two. I mean, if I didn't get the carbon fiber aero, which I didn't want, but the carbon flash was on restraint, so I had to upgrade here. they're literally the exact same. So as far as the mirror caps go, this one does have the carbon fiber. This is a really nice spec Z06. I love what they did. And you can get this in carbon fiber too, but it's really expensive. So nothing really changes on the side here with the arrow. Out back, same tires, 345s, 25 size. And then out back, of course, you have the high wing. And like I said, the high wing, it truly is a game changer. I'm gonna try to give you as many before and afters. Here's one versus. It's not bad, but I don't know. It just, for me personally, is a game changer having that high wing. Now here's another angle for this one versus game changer, 100%. And both cars have the black exhaust tips, which is a no-brainer. I don't even know why they offer chrome anyways. I mean, they only do that so they can make you pay for the you know, the upgrade basically. And just real quickly, here are the rear brakes versus carbon ceramic brakes. Now of course this is a convertible, and I will admit, if I had the extra coin to spend for the convertible, I would have got it. The only negative is you can't see that engine, and I hate that about the convertible. You would think they could make a glass work here, but the design on the coupe is just better, guys. It really is. Now listen here, if you live in a climate that doesn't get hot like this in Utah, or let's just say if I live somewhere, like if I lived in California, I probably would have got the convertible, because if I do want to take off the top, for one, this top takes up your trunk. Now obviously you have a front too, but check it out, on the convertible you don't have that issue. Why? Because the convertible top is just over the engine. So that is the negative, obviously, is you don't have that option to have that engine showing when the top is down. However, you still have your trunk in the event that you want your top down. And while you're just cruising on a highway, if it starts raining like it did on me with my top off, because in the springtime it was like high of like 60s, and it started raining on me. It didn't rain a lot, it was just, it sprinkled and it went away. But I had to pull over, grab my top, put it on, you know what I'm saying? Like, so yeah, I do understand where having the convertible makes more sense, but it is an expensive option. It really is. Trying to get as many angles as I can. This is with the trunk up for the convertible, and then the hatch for the coupe. And then here's a nice angle right here. Let's come down just a little bit. There it is. That's perfect. Versus with the top, this looks better. It gives it more of an exotic look right here. I forget what they call those, because you can get those painted too, by the way, and that's a nice option to get as well. However, where's the camera at? When the top is down, do you not have a camera? And I'm talking about for the rearview mirror, I guess you don't. Interesting. Let's check out the interior. When you get a 3LZ, they do give you more stitch pattern, and I will have to put the roofs back on the cars. That way you can see the roof of the stitching too. On 2L and 1L, you don't get these stitching patterns here. However, you probably would get just some contrast stitching, but you can't upgrade the color, I believe, on the 1L or the 2L for 25 at least. Now on the door, let's go ahead and check out that level 2 carbon fiber. So I do have stealth package for the interior, so it does darken most of the trimming in the car. So right here, that is a lot of carbon fiber. It's a big piece, and that's why it's so expensive too, right? Now you have more of that stealth here, more carbon fiber, but check on my car, no carbon fiber. Now I do have carbon fiber here on my steering wheel and the paddle shifters. You guys can see paddle shifter has carbon fiber. I also have some carbon fiber on my seats, but that's it. And that comes standard on both cars. Up next, I'm gonna go ahead and remove this so you guys will be able to see right here versus. Looks good, doesn't it? It's a lot of carbon fiber. And then of course you have more of that carbon fiber above. Let me see if I can show it to you right there. Sorry for the blur. Yeah, you got it right there. And it goes on that side too, right there. Then you have more of that stealth package. Now they don't give you any carbon fiber back here, which I would have thought, but you have more of the stealth package on this speaker grill. And that's pretty much it. And that carbon fiber ain't cheap. It is expensive. Way too expensive for me. Now here are your GT2 seats. I gotta admit to you, for a lot of you older guys out there, you're gonna hate my seats. I'm gonna tell you now. I love my competition seats, but these are so much more comfortable, way easier to get in and out of, because the bowstring on the side of the seat isn't as aggressive. Now let's see. Okay, you still can adjust the bowstring on the top part of the seat here on these seats, but the bottom part of the seat is where you're gonna get more comfort. So if you're a bigger guy, you're not gonna love my competition seat. So let me show you really quickly one more time, just a side-by-side comparison. So here they are versus yeah, these are just for smaller people. And I have to admit to you guys, these seats are just better for me. I like that tighter feeling on the car, especially when I'm going around curves. I feel as though on those seats, I feel like I'm falling out of the seat more so on the bottom part. And on the top part, it does have great bowstring. But these are race seats, and they're not comfortable for probably long trips. So if I were to do a long drive somewhere with my wife, maybe I'll give you guys my impressions. But let's go ahead and put the roofs back on. I want to see if I could show you the engine with the top up here. I'm going to put it up halfway, and then I'll show you the engine if I can. So this is for the rear glass right here. Okay. And to put the top up, you just got to pull this up here. So I'll stop it right there, just so you guys can see. Okay, so you can see some of the engine right here, right? So if you had a car show, if you want to flex, I mean, this is a flex right here. This is actually really cool. And then on mine, obviously, you can easily see the engine. Now, here's the biggest advantage. If you're someone who's planning on doing a lot of modifications, like doing upgraded cats, intake, I've heard that it's a lot easier to do on the coupes versus the hardtop convertibles. And of course, this is an extra 100 pounds of weight on the car. So that's just something else to consider. So if you want the lightest car, obviously 1LZ coupe is the way to go, but this is gonna add an additional 100 pounds on your car. And on the roof, hold on, let me go ahead and put it all the way up. Let's go ahead and put it down. So you don't have, wow, you don't have any of the stitching on the roof here. Check mine out. So that is the one big advantage for the coupe, is the roof is still removable and you have that stitch pattern, but I just burnt my hands. I gotta get my heat gun. I wanna show you guys how hot this roof is. I almost dropped my top just now. So let me just show you guys how hot this thing is when it's 100 degrees outside. All right, so just give you a quick basis point here. You guys see that? 119 degrees. Let's see, my cup, it's actually 106 degrees there. Right here, do you guys see that? 150 degrees, that's why my hand got burned. And I guess what I'm trying to show you is, if you are someone who's gotta have the top down and you're gonna be handling this in the hot weather, you better have some gloves, because my hands actually hurt. My hands are like red. Like, I'm not even joking, like my hands hurt. So you better be careful with that top. 100%. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. I think that if I had to do it all over again, the only mistake I made on my car was the carbon ceramic brakes. I wish I would have just got them just because of, you know, I know how I am. I might want to go to the track, and I like the idea of the less brake dust. That's number one, but really they're lighter weight, and I didn't consider that. They're lighter weight and you have less fade. So the lighter weight is the biggest selling point in my opinion, because you're shaving weight off the car, and that's always a good thing on a sports car. But as far as the convertible top goes, I'm just not sold on it. If it was a $3,000 option, which again, I know most people probably would just go ahead and get the convertible, I think I still would just get the coupe, guys. I don't know, like, I'm not a hater of the convertible. It has a lot of advantages, but for me, yeah, you see that? The cats, I've been here for like 2.5 hours, and the cats are 143. My roof is hotter than my cats are. Just to give you perspective of how hot that roof is. So if you are someone that's planning on using that, you know, convertible function or taking off your hardtop, the convertible might make more sense for you guys. But again, if you like the video, be sure to subscribe to the channel. I do need to do some updates on the car. I'm thinking about doing some upgrades to it, because I like this car. I really enjoy driving it, and I have a lot of miles in my car. I'm not gonna lie, I drive this bad boy. So I'm not worried about value and that stuff, because if I'm gonna buy something this expensive, I'm gonna drive it. But yeah, subscribe to the channel, make sure your bell notifications are on. See you guys soon. As mentioned, this car is available for sale at Seiner Chevrolet. As you guys saw, 3LZ convertible. Convertible tops are gonna cost you another $7,000, by the way. Here's the base price, and then here are all the options on this one. So carbon ceramic brakes, you can get that as a standalone. And then that level 2 carbon fiber, front lift, mirror caps, and the carbon fiber engine appearance. I didn't really show it to you guys, but there was like that little plaque on the car. Seawolf is an additional cost with the spider wheels. Scrape armor grille, which is the grille that protects the radiators. Stealth interior trim package, all with the floor mats, exhaust tips, black lug nuts, premium carpet floor mats, and then the battery protection right here. So with destination, total costs $160,925.